Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So I am using this skull mold by Let's Resin, and this today is going to be a really odd sort of Halloween project. It started from a idea, but then I was lost on how to complete it, so it took me some time. So the idea behind this is that I don't want the full skull, I want the front part of the skull. So I will be filling the back of the skull with this bubble wrap, and then I have a silicone mold that I made myself. It's just a plain sheet of silicone. So I'm going to wrap that around the bubble wrap, and then I will put this on the other side where I don't want the magic cast. So I will be using magic cast by Let's Resin. So here I'm just putting this on this side. You will see what I'm talking about. So this will act as a barrier, and also I will get the front part that I'm looking for. So I've mixed my magic cast. It is an eco resin, so you need water and powder. So it's 10 grams of powder and 3 grams of water. So I just eyeballed it, and now I'm pouring it. I made it a little thick. And in this way, I will be filling this up, and then I will leave this to dry for around, you can say, 30 to 40 minutes. And this is the next day because I didn't do it on the same day. So now I'm going to remove this out of the mold. So really excited to see how this turns out. So I knew that some of the magic cast went here and there, so I'm really not sure how this is going to turn out. We will see the results. And here we go. It is out of the mold, and this is actually what I was looking for. I am not worried about how it is looking on the back. So this is what I was looking for, and I'm happy about this. So on to the next step. And the next step is that this is simple wooden frame. And now I'm going to spray paint into a black color. And it is done now, and on to the next step. And the next step is that this is actually dragon claw mold, but I really wanted this. So I made actually two sets. So I have demolded one, and I'm demolding the second one in front of you. And here now the final thing come, and I'm applying some UV resin into the box here, the sorry wooden frame, just a little thin layer, and then I will be spreading it with my gloves like this. And then what I'm doing here is that before my idea was to use a cheesecloth, but then I had so many wet wipes around me, they were dried up, and I used them for wiping the resin, and I really wanted to recycle them. So I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. I just stretch them, and when you stretch them, you get this sort of effect here. So it is a torn sort of effect, and also I'm really loving the old look, but what you can achieve with this wet wipe. So after that, I will be putting some resin, but for now, I'm putting a little bit of glue gun. In this way, the skull is going to hold the position. So the idea is there, but one thing I was worried about, that I didn't knew how I'm going to end this. But at the moment, you're going to see that I will be doing this. I will be spreading this wet wipe. It is a wet wipe, but it is all dried up, and I just stretched it, and it turns into this form. And then randomly, I'm going to apply this now onto the top of the skull and on the sides. So I have a little bit of UV resin applied, so that's why they are sticking. So here I have mixed a low viscosity resin here. So it is a very liquid form viscosity resin. So I am dipping my brush into the resin. My brush had a little bit of red paint on it. So that's the reason you're seeing it is at a red color. So I'm just dipping it into the resin and I'm applying with the brush. So I will be coating a very thin layer of this resin. Reason using this resin was that I really wanted a water-like consistency. So the UV deep pour resin is really watery. So now I will be applying the resin to all of the project and you will see what I'm talking about. So just enjoy the process. So this is currently how it's looking like. Now I'm going to add the claws. So these are going to be a sort of a skeleton hands, but in a very different form. Now I'm using a little bit of a glue gun and I'm applying the claws. Later on, I will be pouring a layer of resin and that will bind everything together. So the top of the skull part was empty. So I'm applying the resin again and then I'm putting the wet wipes. So this part is really up to you, whatever way you want to take it. So after applying the resin, I did let it to dry for 1 day and now this is going to be the second layer, and for this I just mixed normal low viscosity resin and now I'm going to pour a very thin layer of this resin in this just to let everything hold together. And now I will leave this to cure and I will see you next day. So this is the next day. First I'm going to make something. So I'm making a DIY candle here. So I'm just wrapping a little bit of plastic inside the foil. And after that I will be using a battery operated light on top of it. Again I will be doing the glue gun and this is the way I'm going to make the candle. So the candle turned out to be a little bigger for the project, so I'm going to cut it and then I will adjust everything. So I'm just telling you the basic thing, the structure that how I made the candle. So now back at the project and this is done now, it is cured now, and on to the next step. And the next step is that I'm going to use a black spray paint. I'm just checking for the claws if they are fixed really properly. That's the thing. And now it's time to do the spray paint. But before doing that, there is another step, and the outer side of the frame was really just empty. So I want to do a sort of texture. So I'm using a UV resin, and very quickly I'm using applying the resin and then the lamp. If you can see that it is on. So I just want a little texture, you can say, on the frame sides. So this is what I'm doing here. So I will be doing this to all the four corners before doing the black spray. And this is after the black spray. It is done now. Now it's coming together, and just wait and watch for the ending. So I was thinking what I want this gloss to hold. So this is a rose flower. So I'm going towards a little bit of, you can say, Day of Death. This is with Halloween. Everything is combined here. And now my vision is clear, and the thinking behind this whole project is I'm going with the few words that is a beautiful death. I know death is never beautiful, but we do honor it because in the end it is going to happen. So I will be putting this bunch of roses showing that the skull is holding. One by one I'm going to arrange this. So after putting the roses, I had some petals that fall from the rose, and I thought I'm not going to waste them, and I'm just attaching them with the help of a glue gun as showing that they are falling. And here I'm using this pinata brass alcoholing, and I'm going to highlight little bit of the fabric places just to give this a depth. So that's what I will be doing. So I will be just touching up everything here just to finish everything together. So this is almost the last step. I added the candle below the claws, and you will see the final look what I'm talking about. So this is the skull from the sideways. I really love how this turns out, and I just put some decorative element on the sides. And here is the candle. Yeah, I actually colored it black, and now I'm thinking that it should be white, but it's fine. I applied a little bit of silver on top. So this is how it's looking like. So I know this project is not for everyone, but I really enjoyed making it, and I finished it. That's the main thing, because when I started I knew what I'm making, and then I got lost. But at the end I think this turned out to be really amazing considering the Halloween theme. So that's it for today, and I know this is not your normal resin project. It is very different. You can say DIY, but not for everyone. So but hope that some ideas you find it useful in for any other resin project. So that's the main reason for just showing you. So that's it for today, and I hope you like it, and if you did, please do let me know in comments, and also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.